Good afternoon. Thanks for joining the webinar today related to FormsConnected, IMAGINiT Pulse, and Autodesk Fusion Manage. As Lori said, my name is Tom Coons, and I am the director here for IMAGINiT Technologies. Alongside of me, I have Tyson, who is our Fusion Platform Specialist, and we'll be providing you an overview of the integrated workflows between FormsConnected and Autodesk Fusion Manage. As Lori said, the webinar is recorded for those who could not be in attendance today, but please feel free to list your questions via chat as we proceed, and both Tyson and I will do our best in answering your questions, and we hope that this webinar is informative and can accelerate your business growth. So today, we'll be discussing the business impacts around data utilization, and this is really across all industries. How data directly impacts your business results, and how our technology can accelerate your growth in a very demanding environment. In addition, we'll be demonstrating the integrated workflows between FormsConnected and Fusion Manage, leveraging Pulse, and how that can grow your business. So let's get moving. So let's talk about the data utilization gap. You know, based on what we've heard with all of our customers across to AEC, construction, and manufacturing, the data utilization gap continues to be a huge challenge. You know, companies have several internal, external systems and workflows that must be integrated to drive business results. And our customers continue to look for ways to improve the data acquisition for field resources, making it easier for them to complete their job. And quite frankly, improve the process to lower costs and increase revenue. Elimination of the manual processes will help the data utilization gap. The business challenges continue to be data silos, data skills, and data quality. Many of our customers continue to leverage desktop tools like spreadsheets and never get the data back into the process to make sense of the changes or alterations. And I suspect that your business may not be too far from the graphic, which means that if our competition is improving in these spaces, we need to at a faster rate. And we need to continue to strive to leverage technology to simplify our business process, drive efficiency through the organization, and better collaborate internally and externally. In addition, capturing data at the earliest point of entry within the value chain will ensure data accuracy and efficiency to drive results, which is how IMAGINiT Technologies can help. And then, of course, there's AI. So as our competition continues to race towards leveraging AI to drive efficiency, lower costs, and improve customer satisfaction, we need to as well. And artificial intelligence will only be as good as the data that we can capture. So collecting this data and leveraging machine learning and artificial intelligence to help facilitate the dialogue will continue to drive positive results. So as we at IMAGINiT engage with our 25,000 customers across a variety of industries, one thing becomes abundantly clear. We are at the forefront of a process revolution, and this just isn't about incremental improvement, it's about a fundamental shift in how the business approaches every stage of their product lifecycle, from initial concept and design all the way through to production, distribution, and even sustainability initiatives. Across sectors, from aerospace and automotive to consumer goods and healthcare, companies are moving towards fully integrated, data-driven processes. Traditional methods that operate in silos are being replaced by interconnected intelligent systems that allow real-time collaboration, seamless data flow, and more informed decision-making. So whether it's embracing advanced simulation analysis tools or optimizing production with smart manufacturing technologies, or enhancing quality control through real-time monitoring and predictive analytics, the change is upon us. So as we partner with customers on their digital transformation journey, it's clear that we embrace the process revolution, are the ones setting new standards in their industry. And we've seen firsthand how this revolution is empowering companies to shorten time to market, improve quality, and drastically reduce cost. But more than that, it's enabling them to be more agile, more responsive to their customer needs, and more prepared for their challenges for the future. So on the right side of this chart, we at IMAGINiT and RAND Worldwide support this process revolution with 4 key pillars. Number one at the very top, industry advisory. So we provide expertise through process mapping, architectural reviews, risk assessments, and white papers to help understand the trends and best practices in manufacturing. Number two, harnessing technology. We partner with the leading platforms like Autodesk, Bluebeam, Twinmotion, Leica, and others to drive standardization, integration, and automation around the complete project lifecycle through their value chain. Thirdly, amplifying productivity. So we deliver purpose-built solutions such as IMAGINiT Clarity, which is really primarily in the AEC industry, but it's a BIM integration tool around repetitive tasks for Revit and can be widely used in manufacturing as well, managing project data and servicing valuable project insights. IMAGINiT Utilities, a suite of tools that extend the Autodesk functionality, enabling batch processing, file management, and custom reporting. IMAGINiT Pulse, which you'll hear about later in this webinar, is a cloud-based platform that synchronizes people, process, and the data by integrating business systems like ERPs and CRMs, et cetera. IMAGINiT FormsConnected, which obviously you'll hear about in a second, is digitizing and standardizing engineering and manufacturing forms for consistent paperless workflows in the factory or elsewhere in the enterprise. And of course, Productivity Now, which is an e-learning platform that ensures teams stay current with the tools, ever-changing workflows, ever-changing best practices across the enterprise. And last but definitely not least is the bottom, which is continuous improvement, supporting firms with feedback loops and ongoing support and performance monitoring. So there you go. The firms that embrace this process revolution are setting new standards for manufacturing excellence. You know, they're improving the predictability, controlling cost, quality, and delivering projects more efficiently. But beyond that, they're becoming more agile, more responsive to stakeholders, and better prepared for challenges of the future built environment. I'm excited to announce that the items in red are the pillars and products that we'll focus on the webinar today. So let's dive into FormsConnected. So what is FormsConnected? So I mentioned a little bit earlier, but let me dive a little deeper. It's a software as a service platform that helps businesses digitize and streamline their field work and data collection. You know, it provides a set of tools to create custom mobile-friendly forms to replace paper-based workflows for tasks like inspections, time cards, work orders, invoices, safety reports, to name just a few. The FormsConnected application is available for smartphones, tablets, and computers. So FormsConnected is capturing the data when it's needed most at the time of the actual event. So leveraging mobility services, we have the power to capture the data in the field and avoid the paper-based processes that often get lost or forgotten. And we can ensure compliance and accuracy through the use of conditional logic and real-time search. We can get signatures from the customer and we can track via GPS to ensure accuracy. Not to mention, we can do handoff and route approvals all from the convenience of our handheld device. But the best part is the platform is very simple to use, but the question is, how do we go ahead and get started? So to get started, to build a solution with FormsConnected, the image on the left is the form designer for both mobile and PDF output. So a simple drag and drop interface. The designer has the ability to capture signatures, barcodes, insert photos and videos. As I mentioned, capture GPS coordinates. You can dispatch technicians to go and address the scenario at hand. You can conduct calculations on the fly, utilize drop-down and checkbox response types. Even on a text box, you can do voice to text to make data entry even easier and so much more. It's a code-free tool that allows you to accelerate field and office users, and you do not need to be a software engineer to build forms. The image in the middle is the mobile solution. Once the mobile interface is designed, the designer can publish to whom or all they wish to with a click of a button. The user in the field will get notified that the new release is available for their use. And remember, the solution in the field can have workflow from one mobile user to another, or even an office worker. So the options are endless. And the image on the far right is an example of the output. The mobile solution will generate a PDF file for the contents that you captured out in the field. In addition, each field element on the form that you are collecting can be integrated into another system of record via the open APIs. In the example today, and what Tyson will show, is the integration to Autodesk Fusion Manage. The integrations can be bidirectional in real time. And we have over 1,000 forms connected pre-canned endpoints for you to start with. More on that in a second. So hopefully this introduction got you a little grounded on Forms Connected and gives you an idea on how this technology can be used within your enterprise to meet your business objectives. So without further ado, Tyson, I'll pass the audience to you to dive deeper into the integrated workflows between Forms Connected and Autodesk Fusion Manage. Thank you.
Thanks, Tom. Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning. I'll be going over some of the use cases in the manufacturing industry for using Forms Connected and Fusion Manage, and really how it all integrates together. We use IMAGINiT Pulse, which is developed by IMAGINiT Technologies to facilitate data exchange and file exchange between on-premise and cloud-based systems. IMAGINiT Pulse uses a modular and architecture with reusable components to streamline integrations, focusing on scalability, automation, and data consistency. Most companies have a lot of design tools, project management systems, ERPs, CRMs, you name it. The problem is they don't talk to each other naturally. So that means people type the same information into multiple systems. Data is inconsistent in one system. Can say one thing and another will say something else, and teams are wasting hours hunting for files or verifying information. IMAGINiT Pulse is like a universal translator for these business systems. It connects them so the data flows automatically and ensures that what's true in one system is true everywhere, and there's no double entry, no mismatched words, and no wasted time. How IMAGINiT Pulse works is at the center, we have the Pulse Hub, which is the core orchestration layer to synchronize data, transform it so it can be used in multiple systems, automate workflows, and support hybrid environments. So we have standard connectors, which are pre-built integrations that facilitate straightforward connectivity to Autodesk focused solutions, designed to simplify the integration between them, be very cost effective, and are based around common industry practices. And then we have more premium connectors, which are designed for enterprise grade systems like ERPs and some PDMs, which are well suited for organizations with diverse, sophisticated IT environments for complex data handling, enterprise system support. We're very flexible and scalable how we connect to them. So, up on the screen, we'll be showing today using Forms Connected is how it can connect to a PLM system, but the use case is very similar if the data needed to be captured and put into any other business system. The PLM system that we'll be highlighting is Autodesk Fusion Manage, which is a cloud-based data and process management platform that centralizes data, processes, and enhances workflows and improves collaboration for everyone involved. It's designed to make processes across an organization. Up top are really the most common use cases we see: bill of materials management, change management, quality, supplier collaboration, document management, and product development or new product introduction. But there's a whole lot that this platform can do, and it has a process template library where there's pre-built modules that some are available to use right out of the box. Other are skeletons to really help configure workflows in the way that your business works today. We'll be showing a couple in the upcoming slides. But really, the outcomes that we're looking to do are very similar to what I'm showing on this slide. And it's not meant to just benefit one team, we're aiming to impact the entire organization with a tool like this. As you can see, the outcomes, that the different capabilities that Fusion Manage has span from sales, engineering, purchasing, suppliers, production, and service. And it's not just limited to those teams either. So one of the main use cases is accident reports. OSHA's 29 CFR Part 1904 regulation sets strict standards for how organizations must track and report work-related injuries, illnesses, and fatalities. So non-compliance here isn't just a risk, it comes with serious financial penalties and legal exposure. Here's the reality. Most companies still rely on paper forms or scattered emails when an incident occurs. These outdated methods are unreliable, reports get lost, responses are delayed, and investigations are often inconsistent. So when OSHA comes knocking, it's hard to prove that you've done your due diligence. This is where FormsConnected and Fusion Manage comes in. The digital form experience that's integrated directly into Fusion Manage, the PLM platform. You can ensure that every incident is reported in a structured, compliant format. Submissions are routed instantly to the right people. All records are time-stamped, traceable, and audit ready. So you're not just avoiding fines, you're building a safer, more proactive organization. How this works is within FormsConnected, you'll build it, capture and submit the accident report, which automatically notifies all applicable stakeholders. IMAGINiT Pulse will send those incident details, the dates and times, the employee information, and other witness notes that was captured in FormsConnected to Fusion Manage and automatically kick off a workflow like you're seeing on that computer screen. And this will be used to centralize the record keeping and do ongoing investigation tracking. That way, if an audit does happen, you're able to show exactly what happened and what is going on with the accident report and what. Another common use case would be field failure requests and the analysis. Field failure requests are a great way to track product-related failures when the product has a long life cycle or when returning the product simply is not an option. Large industrial equipment in a remote location upon failure needs to be repaired versus returned. So the field failure workspace will enable your customers to request repair, and over time you'll be able to identify trends and potentially get in front of failures before they occur. This helps get companies out of email requests that are very hard to track across multiple stakeholders. This puts it all in one central location for approvals. Again, it works in a very similar way. IMAGINiT FormsConnected captures the field failure request and notifies the applicable stakeholders that a request has been submitted. IMAGINiT Pulse captures the incident and related product information. We'll get the customer report, the service information or service details that are required, and the overall failure analysis. Kick off a workflow in Fusion Manage, which will help centralize keeping of the field failure request, and through the workflow help you do the failure analysis and track it through completion. Another common use case is quality inspections. You know that there's a handful of different quality inspections, whether it's incoming, first article inspections, in-process inspections, or final inspections. These all can be done in FormsConnected and Fusion Manage. So this is a very common disconnect that many manufacturers face. Quality inspections that happen on a shop floor or in the field often live in paper forms, disconnected apps or spreadsheets, and this results in delayed feedback loops, data entry errors, and very limited traceability within existing systems. So integrating FormsConnected with Fusion Manage allows teams to digitize and streamline quality inspections, capture data in real time at the point of inspection, and automatically push that data into structured records inside of Fusion Manage to eliminate duplicate data entry and improved traceability, which really closes the loop between physical inspections and your digital product data, making compliance, audits, and continuous improvements efforts far easier to manage and a very similar workflow where FormsConnected can capture the quality inspection and notify the applicable stakeholders that an inspection's been submitted. IMAGINiT Pulse will capture the inspection plan details, any attached images or other files, send over the measurements and results from that inspection, as well as any of the item or lot information. And Fusion Manage will be used again to centralize that record, go through workflows, as well as host the quality inspection plans, which drive whether it was a pass or a fail, and any non-conformances or change orders or change requests that come from that. The one that I'll be demonstrating today is problem reports. This is a very real world use case that many manufacturing and operations teams face. Frontline teams encounter issues like equipment malfunctions, supplier part defects, or safety concerns, but the process of reporting and tracking those issues is slow, manual, or disconnected. So I'm going to show how FormsConnected with Fusion Manage streamlines problem reporting by allowing users to report issues on a mobile device that automatically sync them to Fusion Manage, where teams can analyze, escalate, and resolve them through a structured workflow. As you can see on my screen, I just pulled up FormsConnected. This is directly from my phone. The screen that I'm on right now are ongoing tasks. These could be forms that I have not yet submitted, or forms that are part of a workflow that I need to review. If I go to the Forms tab, I'm able to see all the forms that I have access to. I mentioned today I'll be showing the problem report, and go to the ones that I have in progress. As you can see, that this problem report is regarding shipping damage. There's some fields that have a little star next to them, like the title and the priority and the type. Others do not have a star, which means they're not required, but the more information that you can provide, the better. So you're able to capture information like the priority, is it low, medium, or high? The type of problem can be a drop-down list for common problems that your organization has, as well as source of the problem, who identified it. And you're able to capture details and relate them to specific products. Again, these can be drop-down lists, and these products can be pulled directly from Fusion Manage and the items that you have inside of the system. Capture the affected quantity and other sequence leading to the issues, as well as the impact and proposed actions. Another key thing is the target resolution date. As this is going to be kicking off a workflow, it's important to have a date in there that you're looking to resolve the issue by. You're also able to capture photos. These can be both from your gallery or your camera. Just can capture an image, capture the photo. I'm able to submit the form, and again, it's going to be working through a very similar process to what I showed on the previous slides. FormsConnected, you're capturing the problem report. As soon as the problem report has been submitted, it notifies the key stakeholders. IMAGINiT Pulse then grabs the affected product and the item, which are linked to records within Fusion Manage. Any of the images and attachments that I may have included in the form will be pushed over to Fusion Manage, including the PDF form of the problem report, as well as any of the problem or issue details and the impact and proposed actions. And Fusion Manage, again, will be used to centralize the record keeping of that problem report and go through a workflow for a very structured review and technical analysis of the problem report. So if I go into Fusion Manage, if I hit refresh, you can see now that that shipping damage form that I just submitted has loaded in the problem reports page. I guess I'll spend a little bit of time to explain what you're seeing here. These are all of the problem reports that have been submitted to the organization. The flag is the priority. It's red and then 3 bars that's a high priority. Medium would be 2, and something that just has a 1 bar that's green, that's something that's low priority. You can see the source, the type, the current state, and this is a dashboard that you're able to completely customize and filter based off of the information that you're looking to consume. You can set up different views as well. Going into the actual problem report, you're able to see all the information that I just submitted in FormsConnected. The details, these have links directly to the product and item within Fusion Manage, which is linked to the bill of materials and other documents and files, the affected quantity, and so on, as well as the image that I captured and any comments that I would have added. There's also a status bar. This helps drive what you see on the dashboard, as well as just help keep track of the days remaining on the problem report, make sure that everything is getting taken care of in a timely manner. Go to the attachments. I can open up. This is automatically generated from the form from FormsConnected with all the information that was captured, just for reference in the future. And it's going to be following this structured workflow, which has been kicked off. All of the stakeholders have been notified, and it's now ready to go into the review stage. As you can see, as you're working through the review process and technical analysis. If there's a couple of outcomes that can happen, it can either just get completed and all actions are satisfactory, or if other workflows are needed, it can kick off a change order or a CAPA. And all the information is going to be centralized in this report. So as you work through the review and the technical analysis, the stakeholders will be putting their information and their review details all into this report within Fusion Manage, just for really centralized data gathering. So in the future, another stakeholder or team has questions on the problem report, they're able to come and view all that information. Just to show a couple of the other workflows that can kick off, this is what a CAPA looks like. You're able to, again, work through a very structured workflow for a corrective or a preventative action and capture all of those details within the CAPA record and relate it to suppliers, so which can lead to supplier corrective actions if they continue to have issues. And change orders. This is an example. If a change order was needed for a design and the problem report kicked it off, it will work through another workflow just like this. Each time it moves into a different stage, different stakeholders will be notified. You can see there's a couple of different options for the change order. There's a fast track option if it's something that's less formal and can be approved very easy. But if it's a larger change, you can work through a little bit more formal of a process, performing the change, reviewing the results, finally getting approved by control board review. And at the end, if we have using IMAGINiT Pulse, you can have it integrated to different systems like an ERP or a PDM system like Autodesk Vault. And after release, it can have all that data updated in external systems as well. And part of the change orders, you can assign tasks to different stakeholders, like updating the bill of materials or sharing updated designs with suppliers. And again, all that information be attached to the affected items and other change requests within the system. It's really providing a connected link of data between multiple work orders, so there's no redundant data entry between different processes or workflows involving different teams. After showing all that, that is what I had prepared to show today with the demonstration. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to myself, and I'm happy to dive into any of this information in more detail.